Today I'm going to talk about the book The Paper Palace by Miranda Cowley Heller. Hi, this is Michelle from Lost in the Pages. My channel focuses on talking about the books that I'm reading. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing below. So this story follows the life of two characters, Elle and Jonas. They grew up together and experienced some pretty hard things, but also developed a strong friendship and even romance in their young adulthood. The story follows them as they grow and as they make life decisions. Life takes Elle and Jonas away from each other as they enter their early 20s and adulthood, but years later they have a chance to reconnect, and at that point they must decide if they will stick with the life that they've already chosen or find a way to go back together. Okay, so the things that I liked about this story is it was a very compelling story. It was a hard book to put down, and I just wanted to keep reading to see what would happen. Another thing that I liked about this story is, I think what I like about most stories, when you read a book, you get to see a character struggle, their triumphs, and you get to see them eventually overcome pretty hard things. And I enjoyed watching the main character go through some life challenges, but then come out on the other side okay. All right, so the things that I didn't like. I'm going to start off by just saying that this book should come with warnings on the cover. This book has a lot of very hard subjects that it talks about. Abuse, neglect, and just some very mature content. All right, so with that said, just be aware if you read this story that there are some pretty tough topics that are addressed. Another thing that I didn't like was there's quite a bit of language and mature scenes. Just keep that in mind if that's something that you're not really a fan of reading. I also didn't like the main character, to be honest, as much. I had a hard time rooting for her and for some of the other characters. I think we were meant to like them and to want them to turn out a certain way, but for some reason I just didn't find myself feeling that invested in the character. All right, the last thing that I did not like was the ending. I know that it's really common for authors to kind of just leave a big cliffhanger, and this is definitely a book that has that. I like to read because I like to escape reality sometimes and just to see other people living life and finding that they're okay, and I left with a feeling of not knowing what was going to happen, and I wish that the author would have kind of gone a little bit deeper into the ending. All right, so this book is a very popular book right now. When I went to reserve it in my library app, it said it was a several-month wait. So it seems to be a book that a lot of people are reading and talking about right now. So if you're one that really likes to read kind of what everyone else is reading right now, then this is going to be the book for you. This book is definitely not for someone who's just looking for a carefree escape in a book. It's very heavy, lots of really sad things happen. So if you want a book that just leaves you feeling happy and joyful, this is not the book for you. Have you read The Paper Palace? If so, I would love to hear what you thought. Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next time.